September 24th, 2018, and I am doing week 32 through 35 pregnancy update. So just a heads up, I am a tad bit late. I am in the middle of my 37th week pregnancy. So just keep that in mind when looking at the bump shot. So for week 32, I had a good amount of heartburn. And this was, I think, around the same time daily between 3 and 4. I would notice that it was coming in. It wasn't after a meal or anything. My doctor said, or actually someone had mentioned, not my doctor, it wasn't my doctor, it was someone had mentioned that I should just eat less, but the heartburn was not occurring around mealtime or after mealtime. It had been strictly around 3 to 4, but it was like, it wasn't strong or anything, it was just noticeable. I have also been super grumpy between that time, and I want to say till I think those 4 weeks, it just, my grumpiness has been on a whole new level. I get grumpy at my 2-year-old. My husband is the most person that gets my grumpiness lash out. So there has also been a lot of pain going on with my hip, and my back was super achy. I wasn't doing much, so it's not like I had an excuse to have that hip pain, but it was there and it was very annoying, and it was, I'm pretty sure, pregnancy related. And then there was just a lot of movement going on with the baby. She was just moving consistently all the time, and did disrupt my sleep, but you know, it's okay to feel her move, and comforting and slightly annoying. On to week 33, I had more heartburn, still around that same time. And it did kind of increase its potency, I want to say, is the best way I could describe it. Still a lot of back aches. I took a ton, like I think every day, or at least every other day at the very least, if not every day, I took a nice warm bath before going to bed, because it was just so hard for my back to just relax and find a good comfortable position to lay down. That goes into the next one, which is basically having the hardest nights. So for those who have been pregnant or have gone through this last third trimester, you do get to this stage where it's just tossing and turning, and it's not even a matter of trying to find a good comfortable spot, because once you do, 5 minutes later, it's not comfortable anymore. It's a matter of actually tossing and turning that really gets to me personally, because that is no easy job to toss and turn, but I cannot stay in that same position, so I have to toss and turn. But it is such a struggle to just get my leg, actually it's like, because I have my leg on one side and I have to get on my back and then get the leg over and get my whole body over, and bottom wise, that is not comfortable at all. So that has just been so tough. And that started around, well, it started a while ago, but this is where it was just, you know, very noticeable that it's getting really hard. With that, I have not gotten the great amount of sleep that I need from my nighttime sleeping, so I have taken a lot more naps, a lot more coffee, because I have been exhausted. So around week 34, I felt a lot more Braxton Hicks contractions, which I personally find very interesting and fun, just because they're not painful. I know some people do have it where it is painful. However, mine are not painful. They're just, you know, literally contractions constricting my stomach, and with my previous pregnancy, I didn't feel any of those, and this one I am, so it's kind of like a new experience, and so I have been enjoying them, weirdly enough. And then overall, from my glucose testing, finding out I do have gestational diabetes. So far, my blood for my gestational diabetes has been good, and that's always a good thing. And then I resumed, so it was weird. I had early nesting, I want to say, where I was like consistently shopping, not physically shopping where I would actually buy them, but somewhat window shopping, but more online I don't know if you can window shop online, whatever that's called, like future shopping, where you're just basically going through online and seeing what you want to buy. And I couldn't do it just because I don't have the space to be going and stuffing a whole bunch of stuff when I need the space. But now we are at that 34-week mark where I can actually start getting ready for some stuff, and I actually started buying stuff. So I'm super excited about actually buying the things I planned on. When you plan on something and it actually comes true, that's just, you know, that's been going on. So I have been nesting, I've been buying stuff, reorganizing, and I have been consuming my mind on how I'm going to be doing everything. I had it around week 25 and then it subsided. Like I think I bought one thing and it helped. I'm not sure what happened, but it didn't cross my mind anymore. And then around week 34, it picked back up. So for week 35, that's when the actual harder Braxton Hicks contractions started. This is where it was starting to get a little painful. Not as enjoyable as like last week, where it was just kind of like funny that my stomach was tightening up. And, you know, this time it was a lot harder where it's tightening up, and there was also some slight cramping going on. Nothing to be like, for me, nothing to be complaining about. However, that did happen. So with that, when I did go visit my OBGYN at my 35-week checkup, she actually checked my cervix, which I personally find a little too early to look, but she did look, and you guys, I was at a 2 centimeters dilated, and I did not expect that at all. But she basically said the baby might come early, which I was really hoping to not have it too early where it was a premature baby, but I do not mind it being too early where it is a full-term baby, but an early one. So we shall see. I'm currently at my 37th week, which is where I wanted to be, where I'm technically full term, so I can have the baby anytime and I will not be sad or depressed, or I don't think I will have any risk of putting the baby into the NICU. And then just to end it all off, I think my brain has come back to me. I can finally plan things out and like focus on certain things, and it's not foggy up in here. This pregnancy brain, I want to say, has just not gone away but subsided a bit. So it is so good. I have not resumed driving again. I don't want to risk it. I will do it postpartum, but one of the things I did have to give up because this pregnancy brain was driving, which has been super hard. I've been confined to this place, and if I do go out, it is only because either my mom or my husband drives me, and it's mostly my husband. My mom just kind of, we hang out a lot. So yeah. As far as cravings for that time period, couldn't think of any cravings that I had. But as I said in my last video, I think it's just because of the gestational diabetes that I am just super paranoid and, you know, wanting to keep a strict and clean diet. And so I don't let certain thoughts enter my head that like I need In-N-Out or something. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, because cravings are not something mentally, it's a hormonal thing. I just don't know. I'm not sure, but I haven't had any. Also, I think I mentioned, I don't know, way early on in my earlier videos that I was storing my baby blanket, which I knitted one for my daughter, and I actually was knitting a second one for my second child. And I actually finished this quite a while ago, but I never showed it, so I was going to show you guys now. And I really wanted to show you the progress, which for what it was this really super easy knit that I actually did. If you can see, it's really super easy. It took forever because I would work on it. My goal was to do at least a row a day, I think back and forth. So just an actual pattern and then the purl back. But it did not go that way. There was weeks on end where I just didn't even pick it up. So it took a lot longer than it should have. But it is finished, and this is the final product, and it is ready for whenever she comes. So you never know, she could actually come soon. So we shall see. Currently at the 37-week mark, I'm going to give you like a little sneak peek into what is currently going on. I did have another OBGYN appointment today. It is 37 weeks, which I'm planning on doing a 36 to 39 week, but it's a possibility we may not make it to the 39th week because currently my OBGYN did check my cervix and I am at 3 centimeters dilated at 80% effaced. So it is a high possibility she comes early, and if I just don't get to making that video, I will do a introduction and then talk about everything else that's been going on with those last weeks, but it would be like a pregnancy update slash this. But I just wanted to give a heads up on that just because I am behind and that's what I can give. So as far as weight gain goes, I'm still around the same weight. I think I've gained, or within that time I've gained a pound. It's been fluctuating up and down. So my doctor, I don't think, is really worried. She hasn't said anything about it. I was definitely overweight prior to getting pregnant, and I feel that because of the diet change and the actual baby process going on, I have lost fat weight that should not have been there prior. So it's not a matter of the baby not growing or anything, because she hasn't said anything. She says the baby's looking good, my belly's looking big. We will have a baby sooner or later. I am really hoping for sooner, but we shall see. But in the meantime, I will show you the bump that I still have. This is the bump, nice and big. And I did want to talk about stretch marks real quick. I totally forgot to write this down, but I did want to talk about it real quick. I have a ton of stretch marks from my previous pregnancy. I did not do very well with taking care of my skin. My mom warned me about it and I did not heed her warning. But I got a ton. My whole stomach is just like stretch marks. So, so for some people who show the pregnancy bump, they show both with the clothing on and with just the bare belly, but there is no way on earth I will be showing my bare belly to the internet because it is all stretch marked. It's disgusting. I don't know how it works with your second child after already having stretch marks, but I feel that I haven't gained any more stretch marks throughout the time except for around week 35. I feel like I got some fresh new ones right up here because they are red, but they are the tiniest little things and nothing too important because well, it is what it is. So I just wanted to mention that and talk about that because that is something that happened around week 35. So that is it. Definitely check up on my videos because we are on baby watch, and I will have video of the whole laboring process starting from who knows when. I started this basically yesterday, and from my not necessarily experience, but from what I've been noticing, this laboring process takes forever. It is not just a matter of a day or so. So I am keeping chronicles on that, so that's something you can check out. And then I do have my bags packed, and so we shall see if I actually film what's inside. It's already packed. I don't know if I want to unpack it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. You can check me out in any of my next videos. See you then.